Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a what I eat in a day video. So many of you guys have been requesting more food videos and I hear you, I'm making them. Two things though before we hop right in, if you didn't already know this. One, I have actually been uploading all of my recipes to my blog. A lot of people wanted like written down versions of what I was showing, so I've got that there now. And the other thing is, if you haven't been watching my day in my life videos, then you've actually been missing out on more recipes, because when I'm showing a day in my life, I'm also showing what I eat. So I just wanted to let you know. And with that being said, let's jump in to a yummy day of eating. So I'm starting off this video with dinner because I decided to make a crock pot chili. So I wanted to get it going at the start of the day. And I poured in this Frontera black bean chili starter. And oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. Once I poured the starter in, I dumped in a can of tomatoes that also had some green chilies in them. And then I added a couple of cups of water. I wasn't too precise, but I like my chili super soupy, so I add a lot of water. Then I took this organic sweet corn from Trader Joe's that was frozen, and I poured that into the crock pot too. Then I took about a cup or so of dried red lentils, poured those into the crock pot, about a cup of tricolor quinoa from Trader Joe's, some diced up white and purple onions, about a cup of carrots, and a ton of curly kale. And once I dumped that all in, I decided to add even more water because I legitimately hate thick, pasty chili, or it's just, I don't want to say I hate it. It's not my vibe. I like it soupy. So I kept adding water till I felt like it was where I wanted it to be, but I knew a lot of the water was going to be soaked up in the lentils and the quinoa. But then I added one of these veggie bouillon cubes. It's my favorite way to do broth. I do want to start making my own broth. I've been freezing the ends of vegetables, but a lot of times I keep forgetting to add to my mason jar in the freezer. So for now, and because of convenience, I'm using these veggie bouillons. Then I took about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic and I crushed those into my crock pot. Now I'm not doing any meat, and so I decided to add a couple of scoops of this collagen protein powder. I add this stuff to smoothies, soups, as you can see. It's tasteless, so anytime I just want a little extra protein in a dish, I will add this in. Then I took a bunch of cumin and I added that to the mix, followed up with some salt and pepper. Then I threw in some red wine, just because red wine in any dish is amazing in my opinion. I love the flavor that it adds. Then I covered up my crock pot and I set it for 8 hours. So at this point, I moved on to making my breakfast. I'm gonna use this sourdough bread that I bought from Whole Foods, and it's actually locally made bread that Whole Foods sells, and it's really good. You guys know I'm always on the hunt for real sourdough bread, and this stuff is delicious. So then I opened up a huge avocado that I recently got at Walmart. I actually did a grocery haul from Walmart, and I uploaded that a couple videos ago. I'll try to remember to link that in the info box if you want to check that out. And once my toast popped up, I added some butter, so then I spread my avocado all across my toast. I like a lot of avocado on my avocado toast. And this morning I was also making it for Dan. It's funny because Dan actually used to not eat my food as much. He's always eaten my food, but he's become even more prone to always say yes when I cook, because I think he's finally realized that I truly am a boss at cooking. So then I cut a lemon in half and I squeezed a bunch of lemon juice on my avocado. By the way, I feel like I do avocado toast on this channel way too often and it's potentially annoying, but hey, this is really what I ate today, so there you go. As you can see, I'm putting little dots of goat cheese all over my avocado toast. I love goat cheese so much. The flavor that it adds to a dish is just, I love it. So then I took my red chili pepper flakes and I sprinkled those on the avocado toast. And then I added some salt and some pepper. And then I took this chunky salt that I'm absolutely obsessed with topping all of my dishes with, and I sprinkled a little bit on top. At this point, I plated the avocado toast, and then I sliced up a pear that I had that was ripe and ready to be eaten. Ripe pears, on a side note, are one of my favorite fruits on the planet. I legitimately love the flavor, and I pretty much always give Bowser the cores to my fruits. When he hears me slicing, he comes running to the kitchen because he expects that fruit core. So once I had my avocado toast plated, I decided to also have some pickles. I feel like that's maybe a weird breakfast item, but when we went to Israel, which yes, that video is still coming out on my channel at some point, I found that they had a lot of breakfast items I don't usually consider breakfast, but it was amazing. And these pickles are really simple ingredients. They're delicious. I just love the flavor combo of all of the fats and the acid from the lemon and the vinegar on the pickle and the sweetness from the pears, and it's just so good. I know I keep saying that, but I love my food. That's why I love cooking so much. So moving on to lunch, my tower garden has been giving me so much lettuce. And this was actually the last harvest from this lettuce plant. If you guys remember, I did have a huge fiasco about 2 months ago with my garden. I had to cut down my lettuce a couple of times just to make sure that the next growth was edible. And so this was that growth. It is amazing. I've had so many salads from it. By the way, my third tower garden diary should be up soon, kind of updating you and explaining what I did to take care of that crisis in my garden. Also, look at how thick that stem is. It's insane to me that you can grow that inside. So once I gathered my lettuce, I went downstairs and I sorted through it, and then I chopped it up into bite-sized pieces for my salad. So at this point, I chopped up some green onions, which if you've been following my Instagram, you know that I've been regrowing my green onions hydroponically, and it's been the coolest experiment ever. I'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. Then I chopped up some cherry tomatoes because I love cherry tomatoes, and I'll find any reason to add them to pretty much any dish. Then I chopped up some cilantro, another item that I love and will find any reason to add to anything. These two bowls, the one on the left in the Tupperware is Dan's salad because he just wanted some greens, and the one on the right is my salad. I wanted my whole lunch to be the salad. So I chopped up some jalapeno and I added that to his salad and mine as well. And while I was making the salad, I just need to show you the fact that Dan was playing with Zoe on the couch, and it was so cute. It makes my heart explode when I see them play. She plays with him in a totally different way than she plays with me, and it's really funny. Look at her little floppy feet. So then I took this wild albacore tuna that I had, and I put it in a bowl. And then I added a big scoop of veganese. I love veganese, and so does Dan. Dan hates mayonnaise and he likes veganese. It's so good. So then I put a lot of lemon into my tuna. I crushed up a clove or two of garlic. Then I added some pickle juice, and then I stirred everything together. Next up, I chopped up some white sweet onion into tiny little pieces and added that to the tuna. Then I added some apple. I've recently started adding apple to my tuna or my chickpea salads. I like the crunch. I feel like it's just another, different kind of variation on celery, and I think it's so good. And once again, Bowser got that apple core. So then I stirred everything together, added some salt and some pepper. And then I grated some of this sharp cheddar cheese that we picked up from Whole Foods. And then I sprinkled that over the top of my salad. Dan slid his bowl over because he decided he wanted some cheese as well. So at this point, my tuna was done, so I scooped a bunch of it onto my salad, and then it was time to make the dressing, which was really simple. All it was olive oil, some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of Dijon mustard, some lemon juice, and then I just stirred all of that together, drizzled it over my salad, and then added a little bit more of this thick, crunchy salt. And for lunch, I decided to have a black cherry Waterloo, which is basically just like a LaCroix, like a sparkling water. And let me just tell you guys, I know you're not going to be surprised, but this was amazing. I was like moaning the entire time while I was eating it. So fast forward to dinner. Now, I didn't get like a shot of my chili in a bowl completely made up, which is a bummer because I like to add Greek yogurt or some cheese, maybe some more scallions, and a big squeeze of lemon juice, and it's amazing. I just devoured it and completely forgot. Just trust me when I say it was amazing. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. You know that like literally cooking is one of my favorite things to do in the world, so it makes me so happy that you guys like watching these videos. I will see you guys back here very soon with another new video. All right, bye guys.